Once a man made a decision that shocked everyone around him. He married a 67-year-old woman confined to a wheelchair. Many saw it as a cold, calculated move driven by greed, a desperate attempt to claim her inheritance. The rumors spread fast. "He only wants her money," they said. "It's a shameless plan to get rich quick." People judged without knowing the truth, assuming the worst. But what followed was nothing like anyone expected. At first, the man's behavior seemed to confirm their suspicions. He was distant, detached, treating her more like an object than a partner. He seemed focused only on the inheritance, waiting for the right moment to make his move. His actions screamed selfishness. But human nature is complex, and sometimes even selfish motives can lead to unexpected growth. As days turned into weeks, something inside him began to shift. He started noticing things beyond her wheelchair and age. He saw the strength it took for her to live each day with dignity despite her challenges. He heard stories from her past, tales of resilience, courage, and wisdom accumulated through decades of life experience. Slowly, he realized that her true value was not in money or material possessions, but in her spirit. This awakening changed everything. The man, once driven by greed, began to care deeply for the woman. He became her protector, her companion, and someone who genuinely wanted to support her. The transformation wasn't overnight or perfect, but it was real. What had begun as a selfish plan became a journey of compassion and respect. This story holds a powerful lesson for all of us. Society often teaches us to chase wealth, power, and status, to value what's external and material. But true wealth is found within, in kindness, empathy, and human connection. Greed blinds people, making them miss the beauty of real relationships. Compassion, on the other hand, opens the heart and changes lives. Psychologists have studied how empathy transforms behavior. When we see others' pain and strength, it activates parts of our brain responsible for care and social bonding. This natural response can override selfish impulses. The man's change shows that even the darkest motives can be softened by genuine human connection. It's important to recognize that no one is born cruel or selfish. Life experiences, upbringing, and circumstances shape us, but we always have the capacity to grow and change. This story reminds us that behind every action, even questionable ones, lies a chance for redemption. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to judge and dismiss people quickly, but if we slow down and look deeper, we might find unexpected truths. People are more than their appearances or mistakes. Sometimes, those who seem lost or misguided just need understanding and a chance to reconnect with their better selves. This story also highlights the danger of stereotypes, assuming someone's worth based on age, disability, or wealth. The woman in this story, despite being older and physically limited, held immense wisdom and dignity. She became a catalyst for change, proving that true influence comes from character, not external conditions. In truth, this narrative invites us to reflect on our own values. What do we truly seek? Money, power, and possessions may fade, but love, respect, and genuine human connection last forever. The legacy we leave behind isn't counted in dollars, but in the hearts we touch. So, as you listen to this, remember, never judge too fast. Look beyond the surface, because there is always more to the story. Empathy can heal, transform, and create miracles. What starts as greed can end in gratitude. And in that transformation, we find the essence of what it means to be truly human. After the initial shock and judgment from those around them, the man's transformation became more visible each day. His growing empathy wasn't just about feeling sorry for her condition. It was a deep recognition of her humanity. He learned to appreciate the subtle things, the way she smiled despite pain, the wisdom in her stories, the resilience that kept her moving forward against all odds. This shift teaches us something essential. Empathy is not pity. True empathy sees others as equals, not as burdens. It demands respect and presence, not charity. When the man embraced this perspective, he began to see the woman as a teacher and a partner, not a prize or an opportunity. Research supports this idea. Studies in social psychology show that human connection and empathy improve mental health, increase happiness, and create stronger bonds. Acts of kindness release oxytocin, the love hormone, which helps build trust and cooperation. This biological response reminds us that caring for others is wired into our nature and is key to meaningful relationships. The man's story reminds us of another truth. Personal growth often begins when we step outside our comfort zones. Marrying someone with a disability and advanced age is a challenge that requires patience, humility, and commitment. It's easy to run from situations that demand sacrifice, but true courage is found in facing them head-on. His transformation also challenges society's superficial values. We live in a culture obsessed with youth, beauty, and material success. Older adults, especially those with disabilities, are often marginalized or overlooked. Yet, they carry invaluable life lessons and strength. When we open ourselves to these relationships, we enrich our own lives profoundly. Moreover, the story highlights the power of vulnerability. Both partners were vulnerable. She in her physical condition, and he in confronting his own selfishness and fears. Vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, but it is actually a gateway to authenticity and growth. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite trust and deepen connections. This narrative is a reminder that love and respect don't depend on perfect circumstances. They are choices we make daily, grounded in understanding and kindness. The man's journey shows that love can grow in unexpected places, transforming both the giver and receiver. It's also important to reflect on the role of judgment in our lives. The initial reaction of the community was harsh and quick to label the man as opportunistic. This reflects a common human tendency to judge based on appearances or hearsay, but judgment closes doors. Empathy opens them. By withholding judgment and seeking to understand, we allow ourselves to witness true change. This is the essence of compassion, recognizing the potential for good in everyone. No one's story is simple, and every person deserves the chance to grow beyond their past. In practical terms, this story urges us to reconsider how we treat those who seem different or less fortunate. Are we seeing their full humanity, or are we trapped in stereotypes? Are we offering support or just passing judgment? Small acts of kindness and respect can spark transformation, just as they did in this marriage. The man's experience also teaches resilience, not just in the woman's life, but in his own. He had to confront his selfish motives, overcome societal judgment, and learn new ways of relating. This inner work is often the hardest but most rewarding part of any relationship. In a broader sense, the story challenges us to redefine what it means to succeed. Success is not just financial or social status. It is the ability to grow, to connect authentically, and to live with integrity. This marriage, once seen as a transactional deal, became a testament to true human success, transformation through love and empathy. So, as you reflect on this story, remember these truths. People can change when given a chance. Empathy is powerful enough to transform selfishness into love. And the real legacy we leave is measured by the kindness we show and the lives we touch. As the story of this unlikely marriage unfolded, something even more surprising happened. The community that once doubted and criticized began to change. Its view, the man and woman's relationship, grew stronger, built on mutual respect and care. The man's genuine devotion showed everyone that redemption is possible, even when intentions start in darkness. This final phase of the story reveals an essential lesson about human nature. Transformation isn't just internal, it ripples outward. When one person chooses empathy over greed, it influences others to do the same. The ripple effect of kindness and understanding spreads through families, friendships, and entire communities. It also teaches us about legacy. People often think legacy is about wealth, property, or fame, but the greatest legacy is the impact we have on others' hearts and minds. This man's legacy wasn't the inheritance he sought, but the love and respect he cultivated. That legacy is far more enduring than any material possession. Philosophers and spiritual teachers alike have emphasized this truth for centuries. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." The man in this story embodied that shift. He stopped being driven by greed and started being guided by goodness. This story is also a reminder that life's most valuable lessons often come from the most unexpected places. Sometimes hardship and vulnerability become the soil where compassion grows. The woman's strength in adversity became a beacon, illuminating a path of growth for her husband. From a psychological perspective, this narrative aligns with the concept of post-traumatic growth, positive change experienced as a result of struggle or suffering. Both individuals in this story faced challenges, yet their relationship blossomed into something meaningful and beautiful. This teaches us that pain does not have to lead to bitterness. It can lead to growth and connection. Furthermore, this story challenges us to rethink how we measure success in relationships. It's not about perfection or convenience, but about commitment, sacrifice, and authentic care. Real love requires showing up even when it's hard, seeing the value in others regardless of their flaws or circumstances. In a world often focused on instant gratification, this story reminds us of the power of patience and persistence. Change takes time, and real transformation demands effort. The man's journey from greed to compassion wasn't simple, but it was worthwhile. Lastly, the story inspires us to believe in the potential for good in everyone. No matter someone's past or motives, there is always a chance to choose differently, to grow and to become better. This belief is what makes humanity hopeful. So take this story as a powerful affirmation. Your worth isn't defined by age, ability, or wealth. True value lies in the heart and spirit. Compassion can transform even the darkest intentions into light, and the legacy you leave is built through kindness, respect, and love. In the end, it wasn't the inheritance that defined his life. It was the love he chose, the empathy he embraced, and the man he became. Remember, true wealth is not measured by what you take, but by what you give. Let this story remind you, it's never too late to change, to love deeply, and to leave behind a legacy of compassion.